morning children. Let us solve some numericals on the basis of first chapter, that is basic concepts in chemistry. We have completely done theory. I hope you must have prepared the theory topic so that it will be easier for us to do the numericals. First take out the NCERT book and already we have solved the questions 1, 2, 3. Now let us consider question number 4. In question number 4 it is asked, calculate the amount of carbon dioxide that could be produced when 1 mole of carbon is burned. 1 mole of carbon is burned. Second one, 1 mole of carbon is burned in 16 grams of oxygen. Third case, 2 moles of carbon is burned in 16 grams of oxygen. Is it clear, children, the question? Calculate the amount of carbon dioxide can be produced. Okay, it is asked to calculate the amount of carbon dioxide produced under 3 different conditions. In this type of question, first we are supposed to write the balanced chemical equation. So we know that the reaction which involves the formation of carbon dioxide is C plus O2 will give you CO2. And you know that 1 mole of carbon burns with 1 mole of oxygen and produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide. 1 mole means here you are having 32 grams of oxygen. So the first part is 1 mole of carbon. You know that when 1 mole of carbon undergoes burning, it produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Now 1 mole of carbon dioxide means how many grams are there? That is 12 plus 2 into 16. So we are getting 44 grams of carbon dioxide. Is it clear, children? According to the balanced chemical equation, we can say that 1 mole of carbon on burning produces 44 grams of carbon dioxide. Now let us consider the second part. It's mentioned 1 mole of carbon is burned in 16 grams of oxygen. Children, you just let me know, is this condition possible? You know that 1 mole of carbon, that is 12 grams of carbon, needs 32 grams of oxygen, then only you will get 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So is it possible for 1 mole of carbon to react with the 16 grams of oxygen? No. If you are having only 16 grams of oxygen, that means obviously half the amount of carbon will only be reacting, and here also you will get half the amount of carbon dioxide. That means the amount of carbon dioxide produced will be equals to 22 grams. Is it clear, children? Since here the amount of oxygen is less, or we can say that oxygen is the limiting reagent here, so it produces only 22 grams of carbon dioxide. Now the third case, let us say 2 moles of carbon in 16 grams of oxygen. Is it possible, children, to react 2 moles of carbon with 16 grams? No. 16 grams of oxygen is able to react only with half mole of carbon. That means even 1 mole also it is not possible. So obviously the amount of carbon dioxide produced will always be equals to the 22 grams. Is it clear, children? Yes, very simple question. Now let us consider the next question, that is fifth question. In this case, it is asked to calculate the mass of sodium acetate required to make 500 ml of 0.375 molar aqueous solution. Molar mass of acetic acid is given as 82.040245. So first step is to write the given quantities. Okay, so you are supposed to calculate mass of acetic acid. Volume is given as 500 ml. Molar mass is mentioned in the question, that is 82.0245 gram per mole. I think only this quantities are. Molarity is also given as 0.375 molar. Children, is it possible to do this question? Yes. First, let us see what is molarity. Molarity is equals to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. Or if you substitute the values, we can say that mass of solute divided by molar mass into volume in given in ml into 1000. So is it possible for you to calculate mass of solute? All other quantities are given. So we can say that mass of solute is equals to molarity into molecular mass into volume in ml divided by 1000. Is it clear, children? That is how you can calculate the mass of solute. So let us substitute the values. That is molarity is 0.375. Molecular mass is given as 82.0245. Volume in ml is given as 500 divided by 1000. So when you simplify this, you will get the answer as 15.38 grams. In order to simplify the question, you can make use of logarithm table. That will be easier for doing calculation. Is it clear, children? Direct question. So whenever you are solving numerical, first read the question twice. When you are reading it, write down the given terms. And then if the terms are there, you are able to identify the formula, which formula we are supposed to use. Then from the formula, calculate and write down the formula which we have to calculate. Substitution. And finally the unit, the answer you should write it down with unit. Is it clear, children? So that is about question number 5. Now let us consider the next question. It is asked, calculate the concentration of nitric acid in moles per liter in a sample which has a density of 1.41 gram per liter and the mass percentage of nitric acid is given as 69. Children, this is again a direct formula to calculate the molarity. You can say that molarity is equals to mass percentage into density into 10 divided by molar mass. So that you can solve it. So please mark it as homework. And next question you consider, how much copper can be obtained from 100 grams of copper sulfate? This is again a question. 7th question. How much copper can be obtained from 100 grams of copper sulfate? You know that is copper sulfate. Molecular mass of copper sulfate contains 63.5 grams of copper. Is it clear, student? Whatever be the molecular mass, that molecular mass of copper will have 63. The amount of copper in copper sulfate is 63.5 grams. So if you calculate the molecular mass of copper sulfate is equals to 63.5 plus 32 plus 16 fours are 64, 159.5. So we can say that 159.5 grams of copper sulfate contains how much copper? 63.5 grams of copper. So in the question it is asked to calculate how much copper can be obtained from 100 grams of copper sulfate. So can you tell me, children, how we can calculate? That is the copper present in 1 gram of copper sulfate. 159.5 contains 63.5. So 1 gram will have 63.5 upon 159.5. So we can calculate the amount of copper present in 100 grams of copper sulfate. Is it clear, children? Therefore, amount of copper in 100 grams of copper sulfate will be equals to 63.5 upon 159.5 into 100. Is it clear, children? This is how you can solve the numericals. It's very easy and very interesting to solve the numericals. So please solve the questions in NCERT, and if you are having some doubts, please ask. Thank you, children.